Welcome, Light Seekers. Today, we are diving into a fascinating topic, starseeds, as explored by the renowned hypnotherapist and author, Dolores Cannon. Are you ready to discover if you might be one of these cosmic travelers? Dolores Cannon, through her extensive work in past life regression and hypnosis, uncovered the existence of starseeds. But what exactly are starseeds? Starseeds are souls that originate from various star systems, galaxies, and dimensions beyond our own. According to Dolores Cannon, these souls have chosen to incarnate on Earth to assist in the planet's spiritual evolution and to help humanity ascend to a higher consciousness. But how do you know if you are starseed? Here are some key characteristics. 1. A sense of not belonging. Starseeds often feel out of place or different from others. They might have a deep sense of homesickness for a place they can't quite remember. 2. Intense sensitivity. Many starseeds are highly sensitive, both emotionally and energetically. They may be empaths, absorbing the emotions and energies of those around them. 3. A strong desire to help others. A common trait among starseeds is the strong urge to assist and uplift others, often feeling a calling to be of service to humanity and the planet. 4. Advanced spiritual knowledge. Starseeds often possess an innate understanding of spiritual concepts and practices. They may have a natural ability to access higher realms of consciousness. 5. Unusual experiences. From a young age, starseeds might experience vivid dreams, encounters with extraterrestrials, or have memories of other worlds and dimensions. So, if you resonate with these traits, you might be a starseed. But what is the purpose of starseeds on Earth? Dolores Cannon believed that starseeds are here to help raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. They bring unique gifts, knowledge, and perspectives that can aid in the spiritual awakening and healing of humanity. Their presence is crucial in this time of great transition and transformation. If you feel a connection to being a starseed, remember that your journey is significant. Embrace your unique qualities, and don't be afraid to shine your light. Your mission is to assist in this grand cosmic plan and to help humanity ascend to a higher state of consciousness. Now, let's delve deeper into the characteristics of starseeds. Many starseeds report having vivid dreams of other worlds and galaxies. These dreams can be so real and intense that they feel like memories rather than just dreams. Some even recall specific details about life in these other realms, such as landscapes, societies, and advanced technologies. Another common trait is the sense of having a mission. Starseeds often feel a strong inner drive to fulfill a specific purpose, even if they aren't sure what that purpose is. This can lead to a lifelong quest for meaning and a deep interest in spiritual and metaphysical subjects. Starseeds also tend to have a strong aversion to violence and injustice. They are naturally drawn to peace, harmony, and fairness, often feeling a deep sense of empathy and compassion for all living beings. This can manifest as a strong desire to protect the environment, advocate for animal rights, or work towards social justice. Another interesting aspect of starseeds is their connection to advanced technologies and futuristic concepts. Many starseeds are fascinated by science fiction, space exploration, and advanced technologies. They might feel a natural affinity for these subjects and often have an intuitive understanding of complex scientific and technological concepts. Starseeds often experience a strong sense of intuition and psychic abilities. They may have precognitive dreams, telepathic experiences, or a heightened sense of awareness. This intuitive ability can guide them in their daily lives and help them navigate their spiritual journey. Finally, starseeds are known for their resilience and strength. Despite feeling out of place or facing challenges, they often possess an inner strength and determination to overcome obstacles. This resilience is a key part of their mission, as they are here to help humanity navigate through times of change and transformation. In conclusion, starseeds are unique souls with a special mission on Earth. They bring wisdom, compassion, and a higher perspective to help humanity evolve. If you resonate with the characteristics of a starseed, embrace your journey and know that you are not alone. There are many others like you, working towards a common goal of raising the planet's vibrational frequency and aiding in the spiritual evolution of humanity. Thank you for joining us on this cosmic exploration. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment below if you resonate with being a starseed, and share your experiences with us. Until next time, light seekers, keep shining your light.